What if you put in the pudding? The custard laced with flecks of cream, or perhaps more savory alternative? The rice was excellent, but for you it lacked in flavor. Yet the pudding still sits upon the table. Let us walk down the path where the two roads diverged and talk a while. You say that the trees are lovely. I think they are being eaten by moss. We are both right. This chocolate is a family recipe, handed down from generation to generation. The best part is it can be made into anything. Would you care to try some? Your bread has a surprising taste, yet the pudding still sits upon the table. The raven is watching us, my dear. Can you hear what it is saying? You can hear it whispering through the air. It is black with mourning. You say it is a mystery. We are both right. The pudding still sits upon the table, the custard laced with flecks of cream, or perhaps a more savory alternative. Even if you do not like it, there is meaning in the pudding, if you put it there.
I'm thinking this is a poem about poetry, an interpretation of poetry.
This reminds me of an argument I had with a friend about like what is art, and it's just like there's so many different interpretations to everything. You can't just say that your interpretation is the only correct way. That's what this poem at least means to me.
I think this poem represents life, how each of us, everything in life is based around perception, and as we go through life, there's so many different angles that we all approach it. And
basically, the poem is saying that you can find a meaning in anything if you choose to, and if you're looking for it through your lens of experiences.
What is truth? The pudding is there. Define it how you will, leave it alone, don't regard it. But look, all of these things, which there are, and we just debate about truth.
It's talking about life and how you get out of it, what your attitude is about it.
So probably death. Death is coming for all of us, and so whether you accept that or not, it's coming, and we just have to embrace life for what it is, and what we put in, we get out of it.
I'm trying to figure out what the symbolism of pudding is.
I think it means maybe the pudding is like constancy or reliability.
The pudding that's left on the table is metaphorical of something that is kind of left undiscussed.
This just kind of reminded me, like, the pie is just kind of like, I don't know, like, what's going on, and like, does that person like this person, or does this person like that person, or like, what's going on? Nobody really knows. So it's just like figuring out like differences and all these different things. And
so, because I don't like this poem, but there's meaning in my heart, I can put it into the poem and make it mean whatever I want.
It's beautiful. I was just gonna say it's about pudding in like forest and stuff.
So in this poem, I think that it is two people that are possibly in love or dating, or they're married or something, because it's talking about pudding, and the pudding is a family recipe, so it must be important to them. I think they're having dinner together.
The one is kind of saying that like the other isn't really enjoying, what's there in life, and not being able to see like the great things, instead, because they're just focusing on what it appears to be, instead of thinking about it more in depth.
And there's a disagreement in the relationship, and it's kind of like the elephant in the room. It's just sitting there, and you have different opinions, and that's okay, you're both right, but there's still something in between you that's uncomfortable that needs to be talked about.
Why is the pudding always there? Why doesn't it ever move?
Is it always there? I think we're both right.
Cool. Thanks.
There you go. Is that your poem?
Yeah, it kind of is.
I dig it.
Thanks. See ya.
Yeah.